my friends, and welcome back to EVE Online with me, Mark from Dadex, and Erica in a Rifter. And I'm going to make an admission. All of my experience of flying a Rifter in my 10 years plus of playing EVE is in this video. Unusually for a Minmitar ship, it wants an armour tank, which makes it a little bit unusual and might be one that you skip over then. Because early game, you may not want to cross-train, as it were, into armour skills just for one ship. That is pretty much what happened right here with Erica, and the time to fix that is right now. So with that in mind and wanting to play this a little bit cautiously, I've gone for a little bit more tank than I have damage application. I've got 150mm AutoCannon IIs up in the high slot, and I'm going to use the Hail ammo, which gives us a tiny optimal of 640 meters and a fall off of 6,400 meters. We're going to get 147 DPS in raw damage number, and the tracking's pretty good. In the mid slots, we've gone for the enduring Afterburner. I've gone for a small compact cap battery. Remember, the cap battery not only adds to our capacitor amount, it gives us resistance to neuting, which is very useful. Now that gives us an extra 132 gigajoules in our capacitor. If I switch it off, you can see we're down under 300 capacity. 287. I thought that might be cutting it a bit fine with the 200 cap boosters, which is why I've gone for both. I think that's overkill, and a web in there could be an option, but as I said, I'm playing it safe here. Obviously we've got the armour repairer 2, which is what all that capacitor's there for. We've got the magnetic field stabilizer 2. We've got the damage control 2, just giving a balanced resistance boost, and then the kinetic coating 2, which is only going to up our kinetic resistances, give that a boost. A 22% boost in this case. It does leave our thermal resistances unboosted. A reactive armor hardener would be a good option on here, but again, I'm not sure about how the cap's going to go. So this is our starting point. Do bear that in mind. The reactive would adjust to give us 30% thermal and kinetic bonuses once those were the only damage types we were getting hit by. In the rig slots, we've got 2 Nano pump accelerators to give us more reps, and 1 collision accelerator just to up the damage. That's 10% on the damage. So I think application's going to be the issue here. We'll see how it goes. I'm not used to flying this ship, as I say. I've never used one. However, as I mentioned in some of the other hunt videos, we've all got some of these boosters hanging around. So to compensate for things, I'm going to use some of those. I'm going to use the Grand Prix booster for 10% more speed. I think I'm flicking through what's available. These all apply instantly, remember, these boosters. That one there doesn't. That will go into your item hanger. The ones I'm going to use will activate instantly, and it rarely seems an appropriate moment. So this seems like one. So yeah, we're going to go 10% speed, 3% capacitor. You never know. And I think we'll go for 3% tracking. Save you seeing me checking them all out. So there you go. They're all activated. So this fit is kind of built with these boosters in mind to an extent. You can see up in the top left hand corner it tells me I've got boosters running, and on your character screen you can see in there implants. I've just got the power grid implant full of fitting, and the free boosters are there with varying time durations. Anyway, off we go. Let's put it to the test, shall we? We're on to the first site. We're into the first wave. What's that old saying? Don't let perfect be the enemy of good enough. Well, let's see if this is good enough. When we know more, we'll figure out the perfect. We do know it's going to be hectic and it's going to be fun, and that is what I am here for. As I've said, these sites are a brilliant way to get yourself used to the hectic and dealing with it. First wave, 5 frigates and a cormorant. The free worms are mutinous, but that's not really an issue with the amount of cap we've got. Not at all. Cormorants can be dangerous, especially if there's more than one of them. If you get to spawn with multiple destroyers, that can really hit you hard. But we seem to be doing fine here. We're repping nicely. We're taking them down. We're not getting in much closer to them than about 2,600 meters. So I think a web would be useful. But let's see how we get on with the cap. We're certainly doing okay so far. As I go through these runs, because they get more hectic, I start using less right clicks, which I often use just to illustrate clearly what I'm doing. I'm using W click on the icons right at the top, and F1 and F2 for the weapons and the repper, and I'm going to use shift click on a running module to overheat it, as I did there for one cycle on the repper, just to demonstrate. But you can interact directly with those icons at the top of the screen once you've got ships locked up. I'm going to speed the footage up. If you've seen any of my other hunt videos, the process is pretty familiar, and we are doing very, very nicely. I'm pretty comfortable with the way this fit is going. Obviously, as you work your way into each wave, the DPS from that wave drops off, so you get a slightly easier ride of it. So, second wave, we've got a couple of destroyers, one Corax, one Cormorant. But these ships seem to take turns getting big hits on me, and we get very pressured on there, and I'm now overheating the Repper for real. We've even leached into a hole there. That's a lot of DPS. The problem we're getting is, look, we're losing speed as we're trying to maneuver around. I'm going to have to maybe start piloting this a little bit more manually. I might bring the orbit into 750, but the Weber isn't helping either. The Weblet's on me. But we're making our way through this. We're having to overheat this early on the site. Is pretty horrendous. This wave is really kicking me. But we do seem to be through the worst of it. We can cut the overheating. We've got time for a little screenshot. And we seem to have ridden that one out. That was wave 2 out of the way. We made it. We've lost about a third of our hull already. Oh, we've got the Bantams now that are going to hang out up there. The next wave is spawning too, but the Bantams, you have to go and get them, and it isn't great, especially with such short-range weaponry. But we'll get to work. We've got the Caracal. We're going to get in close on the Caracal, take him down first. He can, again, hit us quite hard, but he's not so far in this case. Nice close orbit on the Caracal. We'll deal with the Bantams in between the wave. Although the next wave will probably spawn when we're on the way out there. This has been a little bit calmer. Cruiser and a couple of frigates and a stationary Blackbird. So there's the last one that was hurting us. We'll head over for the Bantam, try and get him down. Here's the next wave. We've got a Blackbird and there's a Griffin in this wave. Either of those could ECM us. So we're going to keep an eye out for dropping our locks, and if we do, we'll switch fire. There you go, straight to the Griffin. He's actually managed to get the ECM on us. He's dead, so now we can relock up his old friends. Get to work on them. And we're hitting the Kestrel here as we're getting into the orbit on the Blackbird. There you go, switch DPS to the Blackbird. Again, he may get a lock on us, but no ECM ship can stop us from locking them. So we can't really go wrong here. And the damage coming in from the other guys, we are tanking very nicely, and we've got nowhere near being cap pressured. So maybe we could drop the cap battery and go for a web. Not sure yet. We haven't got through the site, have we? Another Bantam to chase down. Let's get that done. Or should I say go and get? The Bantam's not going anywhere. That's the problem, isn't it? Right, next wave. We've got another Caracal wave. We'll go straight in for the Caracal orbit. Get the Caracal killed first. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. So maybe that wave 2 was a bit more to do with me getting used to the ship. It was a bit of a cranky wave. But we seem to be doing okay now. I've slowed this back down because we've been joined in the room by a Kikimora. So everything has just settled down and now we've been joined. We're in low sec. We're in low sec. I'm in low sec, actually an area low sec where no one knows this all apart from 2 or 3 people, and this is the risk. And I like to let you know that the risk is here, and I can't do anything about the Kikimora. I didn't even think, didn't cross my mind a Kikimora could come and do these sites, but there's Jaker, and I do know him. He's a colleague of low sec. No problems. I'm not pissed off that he's done that. He's quite apologetic afterwards. When I mention him getting in a vid at last, he realises it's me. He's quite apologetic, but it really doesn't matter. I don't ask people to leave me be when I'm in low sec. There are areas, obviously, where people know me, and it's handy sometimes to have a bit of time and space to get on and to get a bit of recording done, especially some of the more specific stuff. But no, this is low sec. The sites are much easier to find in low sec. There's much less competition to find them. But that can happen, and there's a Kikimora. We're going to have a Kikimora vid, I think, soon. But Jacob, bless him, not only did he get what was left of my ship out of the wreck, he finished the site and dropped me off my my modules and some of the loot at least to the value of about 9 million ISK. So that was the ship covered anyway. But no, seriously, I have no problem with anyone aggressing me. I'm in low sec. It's a cheap fit. I learnt a lot from it before it went pop. Most annoying thing is that I'm like 5 jumps from Doe Dixie. I could have gone to quite a low sec. That was an option. Anyway, straight back on the bike. I've been to Dodixie. I've got another one. I'm back actually in the same system. It's a different site, but the same system. Again, who knows what could happen. It is low sec. I'm going to try and keep my eye out, but let me get all settled into this first wave. Seems to be going alright so far. Yeah, we're taking some damage. We're tanking it nicely. Don't be worried about the armor bar going down as long as you've got a way to get it back up. And for now, we can do that. And we're already joined on grid now by a Maulus Navy issue who's coming to say hello. That has thrown me completely. I go to get the Maulus, and to be fair, I don't think I could have got him because of the amount of damage I've got coming in. But the fact that in my little bit of confusion, and I was playing this with no headset, I had no sound, I didn't hear the cap alarm go off. I did not pop a cap booster. Got capped out and we're dead already. Luckily, when I went to Dodixie, I had the foresight to buy a reef and get 2 Rifter fits and bring them back to Metzerel, my little FOB. And again, that guy was a little bit apologetic. He messaged me when somebody else told him I was up there recording, but it doesn't matter. Bring it, bring it. Right, 3rd time lucky. Now, I haven't got the boosters running now. I've got exactly the same fit. I did think about changing it, but I didn't. We're going to get straight into this one, guys. You've seen the mechanics. So I think maybe we could go with a bit less cap and we could go with a web. Maybe for sure we could go with a reactive armor hardener rather than just that kinetic coating. But this is us run what you brung styley, as I do in my videos. If you're a bit new to the channel, then I quite often, I don't show you the optimized fit. I will show you a fit that will do it with some suggestions as to how you might want to customize it more to your play style. But anyway, we're certainly settled in here. We're taking this guy down. The Blackbird is going down. No problems, wave 1. And we're in high sec, so no one can come and kill us. Basically, I did think about going and get some modules to modify the fit. I undocked from Metzerel and there was a site right here. So I'm here running it. Right, wave 2. Nothing particularly of note in this wave. So we'll just work our way through it. Look at that for confidence. I have done a run in a breacher. The breacher vids will be going up. The breacher works quite nicely and might be a little bit easier going than the Rifter, but maybe I just need to get gooder with the Rifter. I did a Thrasher run last year. That will still stand. I'm not going to do another video with another Thrasher. The video is there, and you could also downgrade that to Meta guns. One of my subs sent me an email in game saying, I've tried this fit, it works great, and that was basically that. Right, we're going to go over, get this Bantam and his mate, again, dragging us all over the room to have to go and clean these guys up, and let's see what we get in the next wave. So far, we're alright. Oh, this one is big and messy. What have we got here? 5 frigates, 2 destroyers, 1 Corax, 1 Cormorant. Let's try to get our way through this crowd. It's quite a heavy DPS wave, this one. The Kestrels can put out some quite consistent damage on us. We are tanking it. We're overheating the Repper. We leached into hull very slightly there, but we're managing to keep this going. And guys, as I said again in the Cursus video, I'll reiterate now, if you don't usually play in a way that gets you into situations like this where you are tanking and you are leeching into your hull and you just keep going, that's what these events are perfect for. How are you going to learn this kind of stuff? I'm not particularly good at any of this stuff. I don't consider myself to be especially good at it. I've had some practice. I know the routine and I know when to panic, and it's not yet. Basically, we're looking good for ammo and cap boosters as this wave goes down. Next wave, 3 destroyers, 3 frigates. These destroyer waves can put out a lot of DPS. Let's see how we get on. The Cormorants are hanging out of our range. We're going to have to try to get through these frigates and make our way to them, I think. We're overheating the Repper, which has already been overheated, so I'm going to keep a close eye on that. We've leached into more hull along the way. We really need to get in on these Cormorants. They're the ones that are hitting us most consistently. We're just about managing to tank these guys now. This is good. I like this. This is proper fighting. We're doing fine for capacitor. That is absolutely not an issue. But they're nibbling through our hull because we're barely keeping any armour on our bones at all. But we're getting there, we're getting there. We're tanking, we're tanking. Ouch, that really hurt. We need to get these cormorants dead. At least one of them. Oh, we're barely staying alive here. This is Eve on the edge for sure. We're not running those boosters. I think that may be making a big difference here too. And the web would be compensating for not having them, but we are holding on here by the skin of our teeth. We're overheated to 98%. We're going to have to shut off the overheating and hope for the best. But the DPS should be dropping off now. We've just got to survive. We've just got to survive. I'm going to say we're tanking a little bit more comfortably now that we've got some of that DPS off us. This is at least the last wave. I'm going to speed it back up now. I think we're through the worst of it. My big concern now is that this ship has taken such a beating. We've still got that last room to do yet. Okay, all calm now. Look at that. You see where the channel logo comes from now, don't you? That was actually inspired by me taking down the 4-ax in the coercer in that low sec vid. Anyway, this is the last wave. We're getting through it. Now, if I was a sensible person or a cautious person, when I finish the last wave, you could take the opportunity to warp off somewhere, rep up, repair, get some whatevers, and come back and finish the site. But competition, somebody could come and finish it off. I am going to take the precaution of just taking my time. I'm going to get over to the gate so I'm ready to run through there. But I'm going to get as much shield back as I can, because I get as much shield on this ship as I do armour. And I've got no hull. And while we're waiting for our shield to recharge, let's talk about ruptures, and more specifically this beautiful, handsome rupture skin, which is the Creator Partnership skin, the Scopes Indication YC122. We have 4 of these skins to give away. All you need to do to have a chance of winning one is leave a comment down below. I'd simply like to know what you've enjoyed most about this year's hunt event, or whether you're likely to have a go and what intrigues you, whether it's the combat sites or the hacking sites. Let me know. Is it the loot? Is it the just trying out new stuff? Is it just pushing your limits? Or is it just going back to smaller ships you haven't flown for a long time? Because we do get stuck in our ways once we can of flying those big fat ones, and getting into the little cheap ones can be a very, very refreshing time indeed. Anyway, that's all you've got to do. Then just message my main YouTube alt, ThinTrash. His name is in the description in-game, just linking the username you made your comment to your alt name in-game, so I can make sure the prizes go to the right people. Simple as that. And 4 of you will get one of these, and they're worth a pretty penny too. You don't have to wear it if you don't want to. And we'll be having some fun in this very rupture very soon. But for now, let's get back to that Rifter. Must have some shield by now. Actually, I've got 5% hull. Who am I fooling? 21 mighty hit points. My armour repairer is burnt out to 98%. And I can't use it. Overheated, not even for 1 round. So I'm just going to hang out here. But guys, I hope you get it. I know some of you are probably thinking, why is this fool doing this? Why doesn't he just go and get a better ship? Or why doesn't he go and put that better fit on that he knows would probably assist? But to me, if you can make it through a situation in Eve, and you haven't got the best equipment at hand, then how much better are you going to do it when you have? Or how pleased are you going to be? I mean, have you ever been in a situation where you've gone into the last room on a site in a ship this knackered, with nothing to lose really? It's what, a 7mm fit? Easy peasy. Nothing to lose, but an opportunity to be glorious. And how much ISK is that worth anyway? Right, we've been joined by a worm, so there you go. I played this exactly right. If I'd gone and repped, he'd have gone in that last room. If I wasn't up here by the gate, he might have beaten me through. We're just going to get straight through. Hope we've got enough shield. Hope we've got enough luck. Hope. Let's go for it. What's the worst that can happen? Here we go. We're going to get in 750 meter orbit. We're going to just fire that. The guns are overheated. The afterburner's running. We'll watch the cap. We're going to rep. We can't overheat the repper. And we are absolutely in the hands of RN Jesus. And a little bit of luck. Come on, come on. Oh, Come on, come on, come on. We're doing all right so far, actually. We're tanking this. We're tanking this okay. He's going down. We're working our way through his shield. We've almost got him into armour, but he's taking a big chunk out of ours. Ignore the alarms. They're just there for effect. He's going down. We nearly got him through his armour. He's going through his hole. My God, we're nearly dead. And he's gone down. Oh, that was epic. The loot is pants. But come on, guys. I'd give up any amount of loot. Well, not any amount of loot, let's be honest. But look at me. I made it. Look at my ship. My glorious, glorious, glorious Rifter has made it through. So the fit works. There you go. I'll copy and paste it out of the description. No, seriously. I will post the fit as is, but now you've watched the video, you know you might want to put the web on rather than the cap battery. You may want to leave the cap battery on and put a reactive armor hardener on, which is going to give you more tank, but still leave you maybe a little bit lacking in DPS. But we have made it. We got some loot. We died a couple of times. That's low sec life. You've got to manage the risk so that when it does go wrong, it just goes wrong. And the most annoying thing about it is going to the shops. I'm going to grab a little picture of that to stick straight in the Discord. And talking of which, we have a Discord. Come and join us. The link's in the description. Come and ask questions, hang out, share your thoughts, your stories. But for now, guys, I think we'll leave it there. Any comments or suggestions, leave them down below. They're always greatly appreciated. If you've liked it or you found this useful, please do give it a like. It really does make a difference. I keep getting asked, does it matter if I press the like button? If you've liked it, yeah, click a like. This video, any video. If you like it, click the like button. It really helps the channel out a lot, I can assure you. Subscribe if you want to stay in touch and click that notification bell. We have made a fit for the Breacher. The Breacher video will be up very, very soon. I've got to get back to the Nubro stuff as well because the hunt has kind of interrupted my flow with that. But I hope, yet again, I've illustrated that if you are never in hull, you're playing too dull. Come on, use these events to get into cheap ships, go and have a laugh, go and do stuff you've never done before. Go and tank until you die. It doesn't matter if you do. For those Minmitar players out there, the Rusty Life will be getting more coverage on the channel in the very near future. Good luck if you've entered the giveaway. We got 4 of those Gucci Rupture skins to give away. But for now, guys, take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, even is believing. Fly brave, and for now, goodbye.